On today's episode of Gardening with Creekside, we are going to give you some fun, whimsical, a little out of the ordinary container ideas, one for the sun and one for the shade. Stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny, and today I have two fun containers that I want to share with you. One is for full sun and one is for the shade. First off, we are here in front of the barn and I have this large, huge, ginormous water trough that I use as a container here at the nursery. It is a full sun planting because the sun comes up, it gets lots of great morning sun. We needed something really big here in front of the barn because the barn is pretty big. So when customers come to the nursery, they see this and it is a showstopper. I have four plants in here, three of which are brand new to Proven Winners this season. So we're going to just name them from back to front and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So here in the back, this nice gorgeous hedge is Wicked Witch Coleus. Love this plant. So we'll start with that. Next, the little white popping out is Diamond Snow Euphorbia. Lots of just bright, pretty white blooms. And then this gorgeous beauty that is trailing in all directions is Supertunia Sharon. Sharon is a double petunia, as you can see. And then I did pop in two black sweet potato vines. These are not new this year, but I thought they made a great impact. So let me tell you about this container and how we came to arrive at having a livestock water trough as a flower pot. It was last year. I was a part of a gardening group on Facebook, and somebody had this idea of a water trough and used it as a container. Now, she probably was actually a farmer that was actually recycling something, but I loved the idea, so I stole it. So we went to our local farm livestock supply store and got the biggest water trough that they had. This thing is massive. It is a metal water trough for cows and other livestock. I think it's like 169 gallons, so it's massive. Last year it was in July when we did this. I filled it full of coleus, and in fact we did a video last fall of this in all of its glory, and so it was spectacular. This year I started dreaming about this container, gosh, like in October. I don't even know if the season was over yet, and I was already excited and thinking about it. So I finally decided on this combination, and I just cannot be more pleased with it. The Wicked Witch has filled in. Everybody is getting happy and knowing each other and spilling over. I planted this in April. Once we were kind of past the threat of a frost. April the 15th is our last frost date here in North Carolina. So I waited till then, but then wouldn't you know, we did have a frost in May. But because this is right here at the barn, I did not cover my coleus. They did get, some of the leaves did get zapped a little bit, but the plant itself was protected enough that they were fine, so I did not have to replace any of these beauties. It did delay their growth a little bit, but the last 2 weeks we have been like in the 90s, and so everybody has exploded and is growing. This Wicked Witch is fantastic because it can do sun or shade. It will end up getting to be 18 inches to 24 inches tall. Really massive, and it's kind of hard to tell in this now that it's growing, but they are staggered planted in here to give them more room. So that is that Wicked Witch Coleus. Then we have the Diamond Snow. Diamond Snow is new to the Euphorbia series with Proven Winners. This is very similar to Diamond Frost that we all know and love in its height and size-wise, but it just has that really tight, compact white blooms on it. Makes a really big impact. Frost is more airy. Diamond Snow is really tight and white. I have had to trim Miss Sharon here because Sharon, I wanted Sharon to fall over because that was going to be my spiller and she was going to fall over. And she is doing that. But Sharon not only wanted to go down, she wanted to go back. So I have to constantly be in here trimming her so that she does not take over the Diamond Snow. It's all working very nicely, but I think if I didn't trim her back, she probably would have overtaken them completely. So that is a little bit of maintenance that I'm having to do in that. And then, of course, the black sweet potato vine to mirror that dark image, the dark colors from the Wicked Witch. And there we go. Just an absolutely gorgeous, massive container that takes full sun. So, if you're thinking, that you have a big space that you need to fill in, I advise you to get a water trough. It is a great way, a long-term solution to fill in a big space. Now, I know some of you are going to ask me this because I've had this question a lot. Did I drill holes in the bottom of the water trough? No, I did not, because in the back it does have a spout, I suppose is what you would call it. So we kept that the cap off of that. It's about 1 inch above the base of the water trough. I don't mind, even if it does have water all in the bottom. Again, it's kind of that wicking action, so I don't have to be over here watering this every single day. I can give it, right now, a good healthy drink, like once every 2 weeks. Then with rain, that helps supplement it. Now, when we get into the long, hot seasons, July and August, I will have to water it more frequently, but by not putting the drainage holes in the bottom, it has helped, but there is a way for that water to overflow. I do not change out the entire water trough of dirt every year. Now, it is filled from the very bottom to the very top with a garden soil, just a potting mix, because I did not want to put any kind of, people will say put packing peanuts or empty, plastic bottles or pine cones here in the South so you don't have to, use so much dirt. I do not belong and believe in that camp, that theory of when you're doing a container. I say fill it full of your great potting mix. That way your roots have lots of room to grow, holds the water, holds the fertilizer. They are very happy plants. So, this is a great idea for the sun. Now, let's talk about a fun and unique way to plant for the shade. Now, here we are at the nursery under what we call like the pergola area. And I have this gorgeous shade container that is absolutely loving life right now. This is a fantastic cement container that I got years and years ago with my mama at a local garden center. It's iconic, just right across the state line in South Carolina. This poor thing has been moved around our property, dismantled, used for all sorts of different things, and she has finally found her new home, her permanent home, here at the nursery in front of the outhouse. If you remember, we did a video about the outhouse that we have. So it is here. The way that the sun goes, this does get 99% of the day it is in shade. It does get a touch of sun, the late afternoon sun, but look at this beauty. This was actually inspired by one of Proven Winners' recipes that they put out every single year. The only variation is I changed one plant, but we'll start with this. So in the back, we have Velveteen Coleus. So this is the Colorblaze Velveteen. In their recipe, they called for Ridiculous. I did have Ridiculous in here, but as we talked about those late frosts that we got in May, well, Ridiculous, bless her soul, she did not make it. And so she perished in that frost. So I had to switch it out, and I didn't have another Ridiculous to put in there. So I said, well, Velveteen is a great substitute. So Velveteen is in here and growing quite nicely. Then on each side of Velveteen, I have the Strawberry Drop Coleus, another Colorblaze from Proven Winners. This is actually considered a trailing Coleus though. So you will notice Velveteen is very upright. The Strawberry Drop it's still upright, so it's not trailing as far as a spiller that you think, but it just is filling in, and it just kind of comes and goes low, goes high. It just is a great filler piece. Then in front, for all of our bloomy blooms, is the Rockapulco Double Impatient, and this is Coral Reef. If you've watched me for any amount of time, you know how much I love the Rockapulco series of Double Impatiens from Proven Winners. This is Coral Reef. There are 2 in here, and they are just filling in and doing great. I mean, just an absolute showstopper for color. Then in the front, we have on each side, there are 2 of them. This is the Sweetheart Jet Black Sweet Potato Vine. Again, I love that blackness from this sweet potato vine. Just brings a whole different dimension against this bright green of the Coral Reef. It will be a spiller. As it grows, it fills in and it will spill down. So again, with regular water, fertilizer, and the right amount of light, you're gonna have a gorgeous container, whether you have sun or you have shade. So as long as you know how much sun you're getting, because this is very important to watch your space and know, are you getting full sun? Full sun is considered at least 6 hours. Or are you getting shade? Shade would be about 4 hours or less. Either way, as long as you know your sun conditions, you can have gorgeous flowers. I hope you have enjoyed this video, that you have been inspired, gotten some ideas for your space. Please make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe to Gardening with Creekside. Thank you so much for watching. We will see y'all next time. Bye, friends.